Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tori if you're new here, and today we are going to do a quick little appetizer and dessert special. Tamara over at Southern Wife Everyday Life put a beautiful fall collab together, and this is my recipe portion. So if you are new here, hi, my name is Tori. I am a wife, mother of two, and we live in Colorado. And I like to do videos on recipes, DIYs, and everyday hacks to make your mom life a little bit easier. So I would love to have you stick around and subscribe. Make sure to like and share this video, and let's get into it. So first things first, we are going to make a pumpkin stromboli. I decided to make mine like a traditional stromboli, but you could make these into little rounded individual strombolis if you're taking it to your Thanksgiving gathering or however you are presenting it. But it is minimal ingredients, which I am all about, and it is very affordable. So what you're going to need is some pizza crust, and then my pizza crust calls for some oil and hot water, so you're going to need that as well. You're also going to need some bell pepper and onion, and I would suggest seasoning this with salt, pepper, and garlic powder. You're going to need half a can of pumpkin puree and save the other half for the next recipe. And then you're also going to need some pimento cheese. If you are new here, I did a video yesterday on some dips, and pimento cheese was one of them. So you could use that if you wanted, or you could just do some store-bought. So you are going to add your pizza crust, oil, and about a 1/4 cup of that hot water, and stir it all together. And then you are going to slowly add more water if your dough needs it. So it's going to form this ball here, and you're going to drizzle it with some oil and let it set for about 10 minutes in a warm, damp area. So I'm going to have a parchment lined baking sheet. I'm going to add some flour, and I'm just going to use my hands to press out the dough. You're certainly welcome to use a rolling pin. It would look much nicer if you did that, but I'm just going to use my hands for the sake of the video. Once that is nice and flat, go ahead and put your first layer on. It is going to be the pumpkin puree, and I like to season this as well with salt and pepper just to give it a little extra flavoring. Your next layer is going to be those chopped onions and then some bell pepper. I've used green chilies in the past, and that is super tasty as well. It just depends where you are and if you can get them in a grocery store. And then this pimento cheese was pretty sticky, so I just used my hands to spread it out. You want a nice even layer, and I would definitely add a little bit more pimento cheese if you have some. You're going to then fold over the other half of your dough to create this stromboli pocket. Like I said, if you are going to a gathering, or if you just wanted to make these look nice, you could take a cookie cutter or a glass and make holes in the dough, and then you're going to need 2 of those circles, and then make tiny little strombolis for each individual person. But I'm just going to do it like this today. I'm going to take a fork, and I'm going to seal the stromboli. And then I'm going to take some olive oil and my brush here. I'm going to brush it on the top of the dough. You're certainly welcome to use egg wash if you would like, but I am not a fan, so I'm just going to use some oil. I baked it at 400 for 30 minutes, and I'm going to cut mine into little pizza triangles here, and I'm going to serve mine with some of my homemade ranch. I have a recipe link down in the description if you want to know how I made that. But this would be super delicious with hot sauce or even marinara. And I'm just showing you the inside here. It kind of stays together once you layer it on like I showed you how to do. For dessert, I'm going to be making some pumpkin whoopie pies with vanilla frosting. So here is what you're going to need. You're going to need 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of baking powder. You're going to need 1 cup of oil. You're going to need the other half of that pumpkin puree, 1 cup of brown sugar, 3 cups of flour, 1 cup of cane sugar. You're going to need 2 eggs or this flax meal, which is what I use. So that's 6 tablespoons of flax, and then 12 tablespoons of water. And of course, you're going to need some pumpkin pie spice. So you're going to add all of the dry ingredients in a bowl, give it a good stir. All of these recipe links will be linked down below, so don't worry if I'm talking just a little bit too fast for you. Make sure all of that brown sugar is broken up, and then go ahead and add your wet ingredients. So I'm adding my flax meal, my oil, I'm gonna add that pumpkin puree, and you want the consistency to be a little bit thicker than cake batter. Give that a good stir, make sure everything is well combined. I like to use a fork so I can scrape the bottom and get each piece. This would be a fun time to add some chocolate chips if you wanted. If you're making these for breakfast, you could add some protein powder. You could add some hemp seeds for some extra nutrition and omegas, but it's just really up to you. It's such a versatile recipe. So now I'm going to use this cookie scoop. You could just use a spoon if you wanted to, and I'm going to scoop it out onto my pan. This batch makes about 36 cookies, so it is a lot. But you have to remember that you are going to double these up. You are going to bake these at 400 for about 12 minutes. Let them cool, and then you are going to frost the inside of the whoopie pies. And what I like to do is chill them in the refrigerator and serve them cold. If you are new here, I did grow up in Pennsylvania, rural Pennsylvania to be exact, and the Amish would make whoopie pies and sell them alongside of the road along with shoe fly pie, and it was just delicious. So this is a really great memory to have in my Colorado home now. And that is going to do it for today's quick little video. I really hope you enjoyed these two recipes. Make sure to tag me if you make any of them for the holidays. And if you are new here, please consider subscribing. Make sure to like and share. Big shout out to Tamara over at Southern Wife Everyday Life for putting this playlist together. And make sure to check out everyone's recipes. The playlist is linked down in the description. Stay adventurous, stay creative, and I'll see you next time. Peace.